Hi, this is Tiana Despain, and I'm going to be going over a project that I just built in order to learn more about networking and how computers communicate. This is a client-server model built with TCP, and the server side is built in JavaScript using Node and Express, and the client side is built in Python. So let's take a look at both of these. I have two windows open because I'm using two different ports. So this side is my server side, and it's using the port 3000. And this side is my client side open, and it is using port 80. So let's go over the code a little bit, and then I can kind of show you how this works. So like I said, I built this to kind of learn a little bit more about networking and how computers communicate, because for me that's always been like a very abstract idea, but this really helped me understand how each part of, for example, this program is similar in like a metaphorical way as a cell phone, or I mean not a cell phone, a landline, or a like back in your elementary school days, like a tin can phone. So this really helped me understand the communication, how it actually works, because like I said before, to me it was a really abstract idea. I was kind of like, I don't know, I just, you can just Google something and a bunch of stuff comes up. Now obviously I'm not to that point where I could build a search engine, but right now this was a really cool project. So this first page I have open, or file, is my server.js file, JavaScript file, and in this we are using Express. Express is a library in Node that allows us to take network requests and reroutes and fulfills them. So that's what's happening on this page. It's pretty straightforward. Once we get it up and running, this starts Express for listening, and it prints a user-friendly message. So we'll go ahead and do that so that you can see what that looks like. In order to run this server, or to start it up, we're going to do node server.js. And it says your app is listening on port 3000. Perfect. So this page, like I said, this tin can, I wanted to use this metaphor. So this page or file is the can or phone for the server to use. Okay, so then this file is like our string between the two cans. This is the route or phone line per se that helps the server and the client to communicate. So it is quite literally a route that is used. So we're using Express again, and then we're just setting up that route here. Okay, this file is the topic of conversation. It's kind of how the client is going to respond when it receives requests. Excuse me, I said the client, I mean the server is going to respond when it receives requests. So we are using a library to help the server be able to access JSON files, and then we're building this response. So we're going to open a JSON file here, show an error if that file is not real, or not available or applicable, and then we are going to respond. This is how we're responding. And then this is the JSON file that we'll be using for this example. Okay, so that's kind of the server side, and this is the client side. So we've got, this is built in Python, and it is just pretty straightforward. It's just asking and prompting the user for which quote they want to pull, creating a URL for that, direct quote, retrieving that from the server using requests as we've imported up here, and then parsing that to a JSON object and displaying the message. So if we run our client side here, it says, welcome to Tiana's client server model. You can now request a quote from the server. What quote would you like? 1, 2, or 3? We'll do number 2. And it says, you chose a good one. The quote is, Clark, that is a gift that keeps on giving the whole year. bonus points if you know where that one's from. Anyway, this is my little project that I've been working on to learn more about networking, and I hope you enjoy.